Assalamualaikum. Tak dengar. Eh, uh, ni. Eh, nak on. Tiba-tiba tak tahu macam nak on mic. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Dah. Cubaan suara. Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Kita mohon semua tetamu hadiri jemputan daripada kerusi nombor 3 ke belakang, penuhkan ke depan, tapi kita minta ada penjarakan satu kerusi. Kita buat penjarakan fizikal sebab kita masih ada beberapa kaki tangan APB yang kena influenza, kena COVID, jadi kita cuba nak buat penjarakan lah bagi tetamu jemputan. Boleh mula sekarang daripada row ketiga, row kerusi ketiga. Selang satu kerusi. Terima kasih. Row kedua AJK. AJK duduk. AJK. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Mati dah. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Mengumumkan ketibaan Yang Bersaha Profesor Madya Teknologis Dr. Jadudin Sardi, Dekan dan Pengurusan Kanan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa mengiringi tetamu jemputan yang berbahagia Profesor Datin Dr. Haji Hajibah Haji Osman. Hadirin diminta untuk terus kekal berdiri bagi menyanyikan lagu Negaraku dan Wawasan Setia Warga UiTM.
Bersatu kita warga UITM, kita bangsa perkasa. Tak ada yang setia untuk negara, penuh semangat warga. Kita jangan mudah terlupa, pengorbanan perjuangan anak bangsa. Kita jangan mudah terlena, kemajuan amanah yang ada. Kita berterima kasih pada pemimpin-pemimpin yang ada. Kita rasa penuh bersyukur kerana kemuliaan lainnya. Kamilah berbangsa, kamilah berbangsa Malaysia, kamilah warga berbangsa.
Hadirin dipersilakan duduk. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. Yang berusaha Profesor Madya Teknologis Dr. Jadudin Sardi, Dekan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa. Yang berusaha Profesor Madya Dr. Anilka Aziz Hussein, Timbalan Dekan Hal Ehwal Akademik. Yang berusaha Dr. Muhammad Zaidi Zakaria, Timbalan Dekan Hal Ehwal Pelajar. Yang berusaha Profesor Madya Dr. Nur Fazlin Muhammad Ramli, Timbalan Dekan Penyelidikan dan Jaringan Industri. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datin Dr. Hajah Hajibah Haji Osman daripada UiTM Global dan juga merupakan mantan Dekan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa. Seterusnya kepada pensyarah, pelajar dan kaki tangan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa serta seluruh ahli jemputan sekalian. Hadirin, selamat datang ke program Teh Tarik bersama mantan Dekan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa sesi pertama. Sesi pertama ini akan membawakan penjenamaan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa sebagai temanya. Oleh itu, bagi memulakan majlis pada pagi ini, majlis menjemput Ustaz Muhammad Zafri Muhammad Nazmi untuk memimpin bacaan doa. Dipersilakan.
InsyaAllah sama-sama kita mengaminkan doa yang akan saya bacakan nanti. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم، وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم، واغفر لنا إنك أنت الغفور الرحيم. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولوالدينا وارحمهم كما ربونا صغارا، ولجميع المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya kami menadah tangan pada pagi ini untuk melafazkan pujian terhadap-Mu kerana mengizinkan kami untuk berada dalam sesi pada pagi ini. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya kami berhimpun pada pagi ini bagi menguatkan ukhuwah dan silaturahim sesama kami. Semoga segala usaha pihak yang menjayakan majlis ini mendapat sebaik-baik balasan pahala. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, kami sedar tugas yang kami pikul ini adalah amat berat. Permudahkanlah urusan kami. Bimbinglah hati kami dengan taufik dan hidayah-Mu. Ilhamlah pada kami minda serta idea-idea yang bernas dan berpandangan jauh. Ya Allah, Ya Ghani, Ya Hamid, kurniakanlah kepada kami kekayaan dan ketinggian ilmu pengetahuan. Hiasilah diri kami dengan akhlak dan pekerti. Muliakanlah kami dengan ketakwaan. Indahkanlah kami dengan kesihatan serta hati kami. Eratkanlah silaturahim di kalangan kami. Semoga dengannya kami dapat menyempurnakan tugas ini dengan mudah dan bijaksana. Ya Allah, berkatilah perhimpunan kami dalam majlis ini dan rahmatilah jua perpisahan kami. Allahumma ja'alna jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma. Wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. صلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Terima kasih diucapkan pada Ustaz Zafri atas pimpinan bacaan doa itu tadi. Hadirin yang dihormati, sedikit penerangan berkenaan program FPB 50. Untuk makluman semua, program Teh Tarik bersama Mantan Dekan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa dianjurkan bersempena dengan sambutan Jubli Emas, iaitu ulang tahun FPB yang ke-50. Pelbagai aktiviti telah, sedang dan akan dilaksanakan bersempena program FPB 50 ini. Dan antara yang boleh disebutkan ialah penerbitan Coffee Table Book, program pameran, program raya, program Karnival Bahasa dan Budaya, program larian kasih, program Jumbo Sale, program Pop Quiz dan Bicara, program Teh Tarik bersama Mantan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa, program Hati ke Hati bersama alumni dan program Anjung Budi. Hadirin, bagi meneruskan majlis pada pagi ini, majlis menjemput Yang Berusaha Profesor Madya Teknologis Dr. Jadudin Sardi, Dekan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa untuk memberikan kata ala-aluan. Dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah wassalatu ala Rasulillah. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datin Dr. Haji Mak Osman, tamu jemputan yang merupakan mantan Dekan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa, barisan timbalan dekan, ketua pusat pengajian, dalam pendaftar, para pensyarah dan juga staf takbiran ya. Mudah-mudahan mendapat rahmat Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Minit 2 ni sahaja saya mengalulukan ya, kehadiran berusaha Prof Datin dan berterima kasih sudi menerima jemputan kami ya, kerana program 50 tahun APB ini adalah program hampir 6 bulan lebih lah, kiranya tahun inilah kita kan dia berbunyi pula ya. Ya. Jadi Seperti yang disebutkan tadi oleh pengurusi majlis, banyak program yang kita jalankan sepanjang tahun dan kemuncaknya nanti insya-Allah bulan November. Jadi ini salah satu sesi teh tarik kan. Walaupun kita belum merasa lagi teh tarik tadi tu. Dan ini sesi pertama, insya-Allah nanti teh tarik tu ya, akan dinikmati oleh Prof Datin insya-Allah. Jadi juga kepada para pesyarat semua, terima kasih hadir pada hari ini. Ya maklumlah kan, dah lega belaka semua kan, bolehlah hadir kan, dah habis marking, dah habis apa semua, dah submit markah, tinggal esok aja kami ada draft untuk kita sahkan semua keputusan. Ya, terima kasih dan kita pun menghala ke arah bulan Oktober tu nanti kita dah memulakan konvensional, kita masuk sesi baru nanti convention dan inilah ya antara bibit-bibit face jumpa kan, kenal-kenal, ini penting ya. Jadi sama-samalah bersama pengurusan projek 50 tahun APB ini kita jayakan bersama. Saya sekadar tu saja. Saya dah janji dengan Prof Natin tadi jangan lama-lama. Okay, sekian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada Yang Berusaha Dr. Jadudin atas ucapan yang diberikan. Okay, baiklah, sedikit biodata mengenai Yang Berbahagia Profesor Datin Dr. Hajah Hajibah Haji Osman. Beliau memegang jawatan sebagai Dekan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa pada 1 Januari 2008 sehingga 31 Disember 2010. Seterusnya, pada 1 Januari 2011 hingga 15 Julai 2015, beliau merupakan pengarah penerbit UiTM. Seterusnya, beliau menerima Profesor Kontrak dan seterusnya Profesor Kehormat dan akhir sekali mendapat Profesor Khas dan kini masih memegang sebagai Profesor Khas di UiTM Global. Baiklah, seterusnya, majlis menyerahkan sesi teh tarik pada pagi ini kepada moderator program, Tuan Ilyas Sulaiman Mohandas untuk mengiringi Yang Berbahagia Profesor Datin Dr. Hajah Hajibah Haji Osman, iaitu mantan Dekan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam keluarga UiTM. Saya ucapkan kepada tetamu kehormat kita pada hari ini yang berbahagia Profesor Datin Dr. Hajibah Osman ya. Sebenarnya dan juga barisan perusahaan kanan Pengajian Bahasa Dekan yang berusaha Profesor Badia Dr. Teknologis. Teknologis Dr. Jadudin Sardi, Timbalan Dekan pengurusan kanan yang lain, hadirin hadirat yang dirahmati Allah. InsyaAllah ya, sedikit penerangan. Intro. Ada soalan kat sini. Saya dengan Datin sebenarnya dah lama kenal. Sebab saya masuk tahun 2013. Sesi kita hari ini sesi santai ya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Okey, janganlah formal sangat. Duduk tak bergerak selama 45 minit ni, jangan risau. Nama pun sesi teh tarik. Cuma teh tariknya ada dua. Jadi saya dan Datin je lah minum. Yang lain teh juga tapi tengok. Tengok je. Okay. Saya dengan Datin je minum teh tarik insyaAllah. So I came in, I think saya report myself, it was in 2013 masa tu, 2013. Tapi prior to that, saya masuk UiTM, bukan masuk, datang ke APB untuk temuduga TPM. And Datin was the dean, tapi masa tu tak berkesempatan berjumpa dengan Datin masa tu. So masa tu, sebenarnya saya dimaklumkan, interview ni you dengan Dekan. Oh okey, duduklah, tunggu lama. Datang Prof Saidatul, masa tu doktor lagi. Saya kata, oh ni ke dekan kita? Oh bukan, saya timbalan dekan, dia kata. Timbalan dekan. Dekan tak ada. So tak berkesempatan berjumpa dengan Datin masa tu. Tapi adalah terjadi sedikit, saya pun tolak tawaran TPM dan sebagainya. Dan 2013 saya masuk. Masuk semula, masa tu Datin bukan lagi dekan. Prof Dr. Noma was the dean. So saya kata, siapalah gerangan Datin masa tu. Seorang duk sebut Datin Hajibah kan. Tapi Datin went to penerbit sebagai pengarah di situ. And Alhamdulillah saya juga diberi kesempatan untuk bekerja dengan Datin ketika itu. Kita ada program yang English Language Program ke apa, LEP if I'm not mistaken, the name of the program dengan kemudian masa tu. I had a chance lah jumpa Datin di penerbit. Datin was the director kat situ. Masa tu pun penerbit kita di Intekma. Lepas tu sekarang ni dah tak adalah, cerita lain lah. So yang hadir hari ini untuk pengetahuan bagi Datin, rata-rata ramai mereka ni adalah pensyarah-pensyarah barulah dari tahun 2020. Biasalah tu, ni adat resam lah yang kita continue the culture wajib yang baru datang biasa tu. Kalau tidak nanti tak penuh. Zaman saya dulu pun macam tu. Zaman saya tak pernah question pun. Kami yang menurut perintah soalan duk cerita dengan Dr. Ismi macam tu lah. Dapat surat kita terima je. Tak pernah tanya kenapa lantikan saya tak ada. Kita terima dan redha je sampai sehingga ke hari ini. So rata-rata yang hadir hari ini kebanyakan ni adalah pensyarah-pensyarah baru. Ada yang dari tahun 2020. Kebanyakan mereka ni dia masuk masa zaman pandemik lah Okay, masa zaman. So inilah kita antara program-program yang kita laksanakan secara bersemuka pada hari ini. Jadi saya pun tengok baru-baru je. Cuma nak ingatkan sedikit sahajalah tentang SOP sebab kita dalam kawasan tertutup. Saya ni mohon izin untuk buka saya punya mask sebab saya nak bercakap kan tak kenal siapa sebenarnya moderator kita pada hari ini tu. Dan Datin pun senanglah nak tengok siapa kita ni. Tapi yang lain tu suka untuk saya pesanlah sebab apa kita ni bergambar, ambil gambar takut jadi isu. Okey Datin. Saya rasa sedikitlah penerangan tentang Datin itu yang saya tahu. Okay, dan telah pun diterangkan sebentar tadi oleh saudara pengerusi berkenaan dengan latar belakang lah Datin, Profesor Datin Dr. Haji Osman yang merupakan mantan dekan. Jadi soalan saya, kita start dengan soalan-soalan yang mungkin agak-agak senang-senang sikit lah Datin Okay. Okay. Datin pun takut, Datin kata ada soalan susah ke? Tak ada. Soalan semua ni pun bukan saya yang sediakan. Okay. Kita ada ni. Tapi soalan-soalan dia orang kata very casual lah, the questions. Soalan pun saya cuba untuk conduct sesi hari ini menggunakan bahasa Melayu dan juga bahasa Inggeris lah. Saya mohon maaf kalau ada campur aduk. Jadi saya yakin begitu ramai yang berasa sungguh teruja lah kerana dapat bersumuka dengan mantan dekan APB kita pada hari ini, terutama pensyarah-pensyarah baru yang mungkin tak kenal lah mantan-mantan dekan kita Akademi Pengajian Bahasa sebenarnya sebuah akademi ataupun fakulti lah kita boleh katakan yang agak lama 50 tahun penubuhan kita di UiTM. Lagi lama daripada education In fact education TESOL tu pun sebenarnya hasil daripada kita lah sebenarnya Okey, jadi para hadirin sekalian sebelum kita menelusuri lebih mendalam perbincangan kita pada hari ini, boleh kiranya kalau saya bertanya kepada yang berbahagia Profesor Datin Dr. Hajibah untuk berkongsikan sedikit perasaan Prof. Perasaan Prof Datin hari ini apabila dapat bersama-sama dengan APB di auditorium kita pada hari ini. So, how do you feel Prof?
First of all, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh to everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Right, so to answer the question, this is a language I am comfortable with. So, what was the question again? How I feel coming here, coming back to, okay. Well, you know that I have retired in 2015, but I never left UiTM. It's always di hatiku I was with Tan Sri Sahul and so on. So I never left. APB, I never left either. I was teaching for 2 years as the, what do you call that? I was, as mentioned just now, professor contract. So I had it all. I never left. In fact, when I was teaching, I hardly came back here because our classes were normally in Menara. Yeah, we were still in Menara then, so hardly come back here. But I did come back here when IGS, Institute of Graduate Studies, when they had their thesis writing seminar. They always use this, but after that they stopped because they had other venues. So yeah, I was back here. But I have to tell you the surprise. You see, these are empty. But before, there were pictures of all the past deans and heads of Pusat Bahasa, you call it then language center, right? So I didn't know that there was this big picture of me up there. And I came in here, I was facing that way. But the audience were always looking that way. I was wondering, why are they looking at the wall, not looking at me as a speaker? So I realized that I was up there. I'm glad they took it down for today. So at least you'll be looking at me. So if you ask me how I feel, like I said, I never left. I'm always around. It's just that, as I said just now, IGS invited me. Everybody else invited me, but I never got invitation from APB. So when I got this invitation for the first time being invited, of course I said yes. And in fact, I paid a visit to your dean to say thank you for inviting me after 7 years. Mind you, after 7 years, I retired. I'm back here as somebody being invited. That's how I feel. Well, I try to do whatever that you would like me to do. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Datin. So, well, I guess on behalf of the rest, we feel glad also, and we welcome you with an open heart lah. To be back at apa ni, Akademi Pengajaran Bahasa, right? Having the new lecturers, most of them are new lecturers. So kita pun boleh dapat like we'll try to get some insights ya. Kalau tak ada yang lama, takkan ada yang baru. Tu kita dengar apa ni perkongsian daripada mantan-mantan dekan. Esok-esok kita pun jadi mantan juga mantan apa tak tahulah mantan, tapi mantan tu confirm mantan tu confirm. Kita semua akan melalui proses yang sama insya-Allah. Okey, soalan saya yang kedua kepada yang berbahagia Profesor Datin. Boleh Prof kongsikan sedikit ataupun apa-apa sajalah momen-momen indah memori Prof bersama dengan Akademi Pengajaran Bahasa. Prof menjadi dekan for I think for like 2 years, tapi she's been with us with UITM from the day one lah when she reported herself as a lecturer here kan. Mungkin Prof boleh kongsikan?
Just memory indah, yang tak indah. Right. Yeah, I was the dean for only 3 years. Okay, then I went to UITM Press. But before that, of course, we were. I mean, I've been in the center for a very long time. If you ask me now, the best part of the dean's job then for me was when the first batch of ALS students graduated. You know, most people, I did contribute to the programs, the setting up the programs, but a lot of people put in a lot of work, you know, conceiving and so on, and I delivered the babies. So it was so nice. I thought that was nice because I got to be up there with our first batch of graduates. If I'm not mistaken, there. I remember they are here now. How many of them? One, two, Fairo, Susna, and Onaliza. Who else here? Just the two of them. Yeah, the first batch. So proud of them. Good to be. I'm glad you're back in APB because the rest, I think they went somewhere else. Yeah, do us proud. That's the best. Other than that, I remember our postgraduate programs. That was one of those that I initiated. I worked very hard for it. And how many? Just by research first. Yeah, by research first. That was it. That's a second memory indah. The third one is when I was the dean. Well, before that, I don't know if you all know, but some of your senior members of the staff here, they will know it was so difficult for us to get our scholarship. Yeah, it was very difficult because we didn't have programs then, right? We didn't have programs, so when we were asked, then why do you want to do a PhD? You're just teaching language, language lecturers. They categorize us as language teachers, which I accepted it because we were just teaching the language, right? So that was difficult for us. I fought, and I believe 2009, I managed to secure 10 of those. And I don't know if any of you who got the scholarship from then. For all languages, I think. I'm not so sure. Okay, I will tell you more why we couldn't get later on. So those are the good ones. The not so good ones, which I tried to forget, but he asked me to remember. I tried to recall. Very difficult actually. Because we were a servicing center, is quite difficult. And I think you may have this experience where you have to teach in different faculties. The biggest problem for any dean, I'm sure Dr. J, once we have these physical classes, he will have that too. Where we have to monitor the lecturers teaching in the other faculties. That's not an easy job. Okay. If you do too much of monitoring, they will call you a hawk. I was a hawk. Okay, with my deputy then, Dr. Saidatu, Professor Saidatu. We were hawks. I even had to go to Puncak Alam. I mean, the furthest that I can go, because we have to. We don't know. At the moment, how many do we have? At that point, we had about 200 plus, 300, close to 300 lectures servicing the different faculties. So you imagine what a dean has to do. And then we didn't have the third dean, deputy dean, right? So usually it's the dean and the dean of academy who have to take care of that. And because we started having students, then the other dean had to take care of the students, like what Dr. Zaidi is doing. Luckily, not that many students. Okay? So, that was the difficult part. Now, what was so difficult is that when you do too much monitoring, you are hawk. When you don't monitor, okay, dot. Okay? To me, that was the only. Other than that, if you ask me, everybody works hard. I'm sure that's your intention. You want to put in your best. You want to do your best. But what is that best? The best doing it relaxingly, or best really putting you want? So I cannot tell. Only Allah knows. Okay? So yeah. I don't want to talk about the bad memories. Just leave them there behind. Okay?
Okay, alright. Thank you, Prof. Memanglah kita memang ada momen indah, momen kurang indah lah, kurang indah dan sebagainya. Tapi I guess untuk pengetahuan rakan-rakan yang mungkin baru je join APB ataupun recently join us ya. APB dulu kita belum ada homegrown programs. We started as pusat bahasa dan we service lah to most of the faculties. Kalau kita baca sejarah, even the development of the courses pun yang berbagai professor, mula-mula kita buat very generic punya courses and then kita specified to certain faculties. I remember ada yang kena duduk kat SPU. Some of the senior lecturers told me lah, dia memang khas di situ sahaja dia kata. And then revamp balik curriculum and then kita buat a lot of courses lah. And then lepas tu penubuhan LG 240. Dan untuk pengetahuan semua, this coming convocation yang upcoming ni, kita ni LG 243 yang pertama kan doktor? Not this coming convocation. Oh, lambat lagi. Yes. Delay. Kalau tidak mereka lah so sepatut kalau ikut lah di upcoming convocation ni lah sepatutnya. Tapi tak apalah. Biasalah kena ambil take turn lah because of ni. Tapi insyaAllah batch kita yang pertama untuk LG243. So how we have evolved from LG240, 241, 242 and now we have 243 and coming soon there will be 244 insyaAllah. Kan? So banyaklah dengan juga di LG diploma program Datin. Okay. Jadi soalan yang berikutnya pula. Ni serius sikit. Saya tengoklah sebab rupanya soalan soalan yang pertama tadi tu bukan Rimah je yang menyediakan soalan ni orang lain kan. Jadi saya baru tulis sini Prof. Dia tulis soalan satu. Okay. Alright. Tapi saya suka dengan soalan ni. Because sometimes I myself also encountered the same situation. Bila saya buat panggilan yang berbagi Latin, saya daripada Akademi Bahasa. Oh, pusat bahasa ke? Oh, kita dah 2022 pusat bahasa lagi mereka ni. 2022 masih lagi dia anggap kita ni sebagai pusat bahasa. But can't help it because memang kita started with that pusat bahasa and most of these people are still in the system, so we are known to them as pusat bahasa. Jadi pandangan yang berbahagia Profesor Datin tentang perbezaan Tarik dengan cara kita dilihat oleh fakulti-fakulti lain setelah kita dikenali sebagai Akademi Pengajian Bahasa. So what do you think?
The answer, part of the answer. Okay. As Ilyas mentioned just now, we started as language center. We're always known as Pusat Bahasa. Okay. So the change from a language center to the Academy of Language Studies is started offering programs, right? You from a center to an academy. Now, what happened was, like as I said earlier, I put in a little bit of effort in this change and so on, not as much as the management then. All right. So during this time, when I was the dean, especially 2008, what I did was I fought with Tan Sri Ibrahim Shah to call us a faculty. Okay. So I think with faculty, the name will be slightly different. But of course, he really fought. I really fought, and he fought back. Never got it done. Okay, so it's fine because the what he said, right? Enough. Academy is enough. You can offer programs. So that's why we started offering programs. By the way, please stop me. If you want to ask question, that burning question, just stop me and say, I want to ask question. Please do. This is not a lecture like we said, and I can go on and on and on. I love to talk. Since the pandemic, we cannot talk much. Okay, so that was also when I asked for scholarship, a lot of things, right? Now, the challenge he was asking, so let me just go back first. My experience especially, yeah, we started 2006, the two of them here, they know. Where were you? All over the place. I think Puncak Perdana, they were all over the place. We didn't have classrooms. Yeah, our students had to be anywhere, and they were so patient. They didn't mind where. All right. As I said just now. Okay. Moving on. What happened in 2016? I retired 2015. I was teaching. Remember? So we have this. We had our rooms in Menara. I miss that place so much. So because I've already retired, I've got a lot of classes up there. Whenever I entered the lift, the faculties there, not really faculties, Ari, I've got friends in accountancy. So, we bump into each other in the elevator and they said, oh, you're here. I said, yeah. You've retired? Yes. You're teaching? Yes. You're teaching our students? I said, no, our students. Okay. What students? I said, we have programs, LG 220 and so on. Oh, okay. 2016. Now I don't know if people still have that because I hardly go to Menara. I hardly meet people. And people forgot that I'm from ALS. So maybe they don't. So that's the big challenge. They don't know. that we have programs. Until now, let me ask those teaching. Do you get that? Do you get that? Oh, you have going back again. Our first two masters graduates, only two. 20, if you let me know, Fairuz, 2013, they were asked, right? Where are you from? What's the sash color? Gold. They thought we're from engineering, almost the same, right? Gold sash for our master's program and also, of course, for the degree program. They were asked, where are you from? And of course, they say APB program. So this time, say LG, don't say APB. Maybe, because so that they know the program. So these are the things we mostly don't know. Until now, I think not many people know that we have programs. So I'm looking at you guys. I mean, you're too young. You're not teaching the programs yet. I'm looking at this. The management team here is your job. LG, so that people will know our programs. Okay? We don't have problems as APB or Academy of Language Studies. We don't have programs because, yes, we're branded. I just remember that the whole thing here is about branding, right? Yes, branding. Ladies and gentlemen, or my grandchildren. You cannot be my children because children will be older. Okay, most of you are my grandchildren. Okay, never mind. I want to feel young today, so I say my children. We don't have programs. That's why I say when you go out, you're from ABB, no problem. People know the brand of ABB is so great, so good. People know us already. So the challenges are because of the program. Maybe you can ask me questions because I can go roll on and on and on. So at the back of your mind, you're saying, so what's the issue here? What are you doing there, Prof? You were saying, right? So challenges, basically our programs. Our servicing codes, no problem, right? Always stops. You go out there. My son is just going out for internship. The minute they see where he's from, okay, among those who he said applied, he got the place. He got a few places. And you know why, right? Our language, the quality of our programs. That's why. My son is not here, sorry. He's not from ABB. That's the thing. The other faculties got no problem with us as far as our language programs are concerned. Whether it's English, Mandarin, do we still have Korean? Yeah, no problem at all. So I don't know where the challenge is, but I think you know what I mean. Okay?
Okay, terima kasih. Saya to build on what Prof has said just now, ya, saya pun nak tambah sikit. Dia pula tanya siapa sebenarnya tetamu jemputan hari ni, ya. Okay. Moderator pula sibuk pula. Tapi just to build on what Prof has said lah. Saya selalu maklumkan kepada pelajar-pelajar saya kata you guys ni are our small ambassadors of UiTM. Bila you balik, orang dengar you belajar dekat UiTM, macam-macam dia akan tanya. Macam mana nak masuk program ni? Macam mana nak ni? UiTM Shah Alam tu ada apa? So saya kata dengan pelajar saya, kena ambil cakna tentang UiTM. You akan cakna. That means you must, orang kata, get to know UiTM itself. Ya? Find information. Sebab you balik, orang-orang akan bergantung harap pada you. So I guess we can also apply the same thing, ya Prof, ya, kepada pensyarah-pensyarah baru kita ni untuk juga ambil cakna pertama tentang Akademi Pengajian Bahasa itu sendiri. Ramai di antara kita tak tahu sebenarnya kita ada 3 jabatan. Satu hari tu masa kita buat program tu saya tanya soalan-soalan quiz kan, berapa jabatan kan. Dan ada yang tahu jabatan Bahasa Melayu. Salah, kita Jabatan Pengajian Melayu JPM. Ada tak tahu, ada kata Jabatan Bahasa Arab. Bukan. Mereka Jabatan Bahasa Asia dan Eropah. Jadi ramai yang tak tahu. Kita ni, kita tak ada sense of belongingness lah. So kita kena create that sense in us first. Because we will be the ones telling the students later on. Kitalah yang akan jadi jambatan penghubung. Kitalah jadi ejen perubahan tersebut, ya. Kawan-kawan, rakan-rakan semualah. Maksudnya kita lah kan akan ambil tahu tentang program LG dan sebagainya. Jadi orang pun akan tahu. Lepas ni orang tahu Akademi Pengajian Bahasa, kita ada homegrown program. Bukan saja undergrad, postgrad pun kita ada juga. Ya. Okey, soalan saya yang kedua, Prof pun dah jawab sebenarnya. Challenges, Prof. Okay. Do you have any other challenges ke, Prof? Boleh Prof? Ada challenges yang perhaps maybe academic wise, or maybe about the new lecturers during your time, perhaps how do you handle those challenges? Perhaps it would be good for the management, the new lecturers, Prof.
I think the word that you gave here is is it transformation? Is it the one?
Transformation, yes.
Yeah. We need transformation. Said here. You don't want to be transformers, do you? The term used is rebranding. We have to rebrand. So when I was doing the slides yesterday, it reminded me of a paper that was published. It's ISI actually, 2008. Rebranding academic institutions. So we have to think of rebranding strategies. What are some of the things that I can share with you? Let me just what happened in the management can sort of see what can be done here. One of them, when I went to UITM Press, it was known as UPENA. Okay, when I was called by Tan Sri Sahul, UPENA, where is that? They say, Haji Ba, you are in UITM, you don't know. I said, no, because I never published with them. Okay, I know it's the publishing unit or center then. I said, no. And then when I went home, my son said, what does UPENA stand for? I said, for the life of me, I don't know. Right? That's the first part. And then as the months went by, when I attended meetings, the rest of the universities, they use UKM Press, UM Press was very established already, right? Why are we UPENA? And, once you're different, then they look at you. And when I look at our publications, we are publishing textbooks instead of, high quality academic books, like what UM is doing, for example. They do textbooks, but they don't highlight. They talk about, those good reference books by the lecturers. So I saw the difference there, and I said, oh, can't go on. So I worked towards that, just like what I did in APB. I always rattle up there. So I said, we cannot be. And then, UPENA first was under the VC. So great. Publishing textbook under the VC. Straight, if you see the line, organization chart under the VC. After that, under TNCA. When I went for meetings, sometimes we have to attend meetings where the TNCs are there, Deputy Vice Chancellor. Every other university, they are all the PNI. And I saw Prof. Azni's face one day when she had to go for that meeting. I was just had to accompany as the director. She didn't know. I mean, I feel sorry. Because all PNI, and she's there. And then was Professor Dato Asma, if you know USM then. Very strong lady. So I felt small. That's why I changed it. I said, no, that cannot go on. And that's when, hardly a year in UPENA, I changed it to UITM Press, which you know now. That's what I did. Okay? Not many people know, but it doesn't matter. Okay? And you know what UITM Press now? The first 2 years, I think 2012, 2013, since we changed, and I think you know how loud I can be. So we were appointed the committee in charge of book awards for 2 consecutive years. Well, we have to be strong. Okay? So coming back to APB, this is what we're going to do. Okay? Elias said just now, where are you from? APB. Oh, Pusat Bahasa. How can we change that? So it's rebranding. You have to do it. Right? Something that I want to share. Why are some of the senior lecturers are not invited? I mean, not so senior, but no. Okay. This is what I want to show you. You saw that it's 2022, right? You must be wondering why am I still publishing? An old lady, my favorite, so I still do. Anyway, I invited Dr. Shamimi to join me in this paper. And where is she? her. I was going to ask. No, I'm not. I'm not going to talk about her. I'm going to talk about APB. So I asked for her affiliation. You look at my affiliation because APB didn't want me then, right? So I used Department of Ranking. But after this, if I do publish, if I come back to it, it will be APB. Now I asked her, so she gave me. Well, before I asked her, she gave me her affiliation as Academy Pengajian Bahasa. I said, why? Well, that's what APB wants it to be. When you publish, you use that. I was just wondering, Dr. Ismi, you agree, disagree, or what? Okay. Do something about it. Okay, because let me just go to the next slide. Oops, sorry. Okay. This one is it's not in that, but my paper with I invited somebody from UiTM Sarawak. She used Academy of Language Studies. But here in Shalam, you must use that. In fact, I checked with the corporate person. No, it must be the Malay version. Why? Only UITM, University Technology Mara, CAPS, MARA, that's in Malay because it's the whole university. But when you publish in an English journal, then I would use English. If you publish in an Arabic journal, then use Arabic version. Malay journal, Malay version. My point, my take on it. Okay, so it's up to you. Because if somebody from somewhere, if you look at some of my papers were cited by some Italians and so on, that's what I noticed. And that's what it should be. So my point is, so I just look at other universities. They all use that. Okay? UKM, although UKM, Bahasa Melayu. And yet, faculty off. Because they are under the faculty. Yeah, they are not like us, an academy. Of course, FLL. Yeah, and Ham also, right? Oh no, but were you from FLL or education, Dr. J? Education, right? FLL. Yay. UPM. So they have both Bahasa Melayu and English. Okay. UTM, they have just become an academy. So they always say language academy. They use the English version. I mean, due respect to all the other languages. I'm talking about if you publish in an English journal, please. That's what I mean. So do something about that because it's part of branding, rebranding. People know you as what? So imagine somebody in the US read your paper and say, Academy, what? And they do say, Academy, they will pronounce penyajian bahasa. What is that? So that's what I mean, okay? Close to home. Our, I don't know, our friend, they started with center of it's the same as, okay, servicing. They're servicing like us. That's why they were a center. But you look at the acronym, anybody use the Malay acronym for them? No. They use the English acronym and they're so proud. T2. So when I robbed them of their rooms in Tekma, I called the Ustad in charge. Ustad, from C2 you can see sana. I pointed to the mosque, our mosque. Pandai lah datin ni, they said. Okay, so that's one point already. See, when they use the English, people know them as C2. So if people say, what's C2 for? Center off. And they know that. Guys, the Ustads there, they're like us, they're servicing. Once they got into the academy stage, they wanted Academy of Contemporary Islamic Studies. The acronym is, how do you pronounce that? You say Achis, right? I met one of them and he said, no, it's ACES. Hello? That's what I mean. Yes, they say they are ACES, they're not Achis. We thought Achis because we thought it of it in Malay. So that is my point. That is branding. And one of the things I want to add is, as an academy, they started publishing like you guys, okay? And okay, a reviewer at Department of Ranking, UiTM Global, I received papers from them in English. Because when they sent in Arabic, we had a problem. We had to send somebody else to review the paper. In Bahasa Melayu, I advise them, are you going to publish in a journal, a Malay Bahasa Melayu journal or an English journal? Malay journal. What's your readership? How many people can read your papers? They say, oh, okay, we'll find some English journals and tune it a bit so that the readership will be a lot more people reading papers on Islamic studies. That's why some papers came in English. And my question again, any from APB sent for there? No. We'll change that, okay? Branding. This from your website. Just, I don't know if it has been changed or not. Look at it. This is branding. And the biggest department is English. Look, courses offer. I'm sure it's still there. So, guys, have a look. I'm so sorry. I don't want to sound so negative, but I have this issue, In fact, before this, I was looking for something, so I went to the UITM website. I didn't have time to find it on the phone to put it here. Come and join us. I told you, I showed you. I didn't know how to take screenshots, just learn. So sent it to the director, the new director of corporate com, and told her about that. Of course, she said, thank you, TSBM. Thank you very much, something like that to me. I said, you have somebody there who's supposed to be in charge of this before it goes up. Because when it's there, it's there. And APB, tagline in English, APB in Malay. That's what I mean. Make it dual language, like most people. Okay, so people want to read in Bahasa Melayu, is there. Now we should have, no, we should not only have dual language, we can have all the languages, have your website. I mean, not everything, sometimes I know nobody has time to do all that. Have it in Mandarin, have it in Arabic, especially because we have a program. That's my point. I don't know whether this is the last one for me to hantam. Sorry. I feel very sad when things like this happen. I know every faculty will have a website, and you don't have particular people to take care of it. It's not easy. You're all busy with so many things. I know that. Okay, and our priority will be our teaching, our classes. So we who takes care of this? But if you are given the job, do something about it. I don't know. I don't want to go to the first thing I saw, and I don't want to look at other pages. Oops. I stopped there.
Alright, okay. Thank you so much, Datin. Betul lah pengalaman Datin. Saya pun melalui pengalaman yang sama. Bila call ACs, I call them. Kita panggil Acis lah. They're very sensitive. Even yang jawab panggilan tu pun, mereka ni bukan kaki tangan akademik lah. Maksudnya bagian ni lah pentadbiran. Saya sebut, ni Acis ke? ACs. Itu first. So, kita pun mungkin boleh buat macam tu juga. Ni pusat bahasa ke akademi pengajian bahasa? Macam tu. Mungkin lah. Right. And also, talking about sometimes we have a lot of glaring errors, on our websites, which is true lah sebenarnya. Kalau produk kita adalah bahasa, kalau kita sendiri pun ada kesilapan-kesilapan sebeginilah. Macam Datin cakap tadi lah, come and join us tu. Ni semua produk-produk yang that's mean lah ni. Produk-produk that's mean. Okay, mungkinlah kita kena. Dia bukan selalu selalu. Kadang-kadang berlaku juga begitulah. Okay, soalan saya yang berikutnya. Ada soalan? Ada tak? We make it reciprocal lah. That means if we can have questions from any of you. The new lecturers perhaps. Salina ke? Tak. Kok Salina ada soalan? Ada. Yang lain-lain ada? Soalan ke? Diorang semua macam bila nak habis. Okay. Alright. So soalan saya berikutnya lah. Pendapat Profesor Datin, apakah cara terbaik untuk menggalakkan warga APB or the staff, the lecturers, the students, orang kata untuk bekerja sepenuh hati dan menghasilkan kerja yang berkualiti. Sambil-sambil tu Datin boleh jamu air teh tarik.
Very simple. Very simple. When you are new, you accepted the job. Okay. You don't know what to expect. You thought it's going to be so easy, and then suddenly, you haven't felt it because you're here. You've been doing online. But after this, some people will go to Puncak Alam, Puncak Berdana, Dengkil, all over the place. Do we send people to Dengkil still? No, not Dengkil. Dengkil, they have their own people. And then the different faculties, I've gone through that. Okay. I even taught somebody how to handle that. When you go from one faculty to another, you teach at 8 o'clock in the morning. I left. After I retired, I was sent to Puncak Alam. Never taught there before. I cried because I didn't know the way to go there. So I got somebody to teach me the way to go there. For 8 o'clock class, I would be there at 7:15 and having my breakfast in my car. I have a picnic basket. I taught Salina to do that. Okay, I have a picnic basket. I've got everything in there. By the time I go to my class at 8, it was okay. So that's something that we do. That's Puncak Alam. I used to teach here too, around the campus. Okay, so for law, I used to take the parking, I don't know, student center parking. Yeah. So again, in my car with my picnic basket. And then in between, right? Because in between, sometimes you go to another faculty. I still have my flask in the car. So you don't get tired. But what is the point there? You have to love what you're doing. If you love, I just got this when I was, you know how much time I watch TV now, all sorts of the oldies, everything I watch. And I said, when you love what you're doing, you don't feel that you're working. I mean, you don't feel that you're working at all. Okay? You're doing something that you love. And Alhamdulillah, I was in APB before I retired. That's all right, 35 years. I don't think I complain. Say that people didn't like me. Too bad. Okay? As long as students like you, I am mummy to every batch of students. I will be mummy to a few. When the girls hug me, the boys say, "Ma'am, why can't we hug you as well?" Okay? So that's what. I had never complained wherever I was sent. But as a dean, of course, no need to go anywhere, right? Dr. J, we can teach around here only. You will get to that part as well. Okay? You will get the perks as you go up, as you get promoted and so on. But that's the thing. You have to love it. So if you feel that, the other one is amanah. It's from, whatever is given to you. That's it just now. You're asked to be here. I say, why are we here? We're supposed to take our leave now, have a break. Instead of teh tarik, looking at teh tarik and not having it. You can be saying that. But just do it. Okay? Like I can say, been there, done that. We were like that before. So you will get to a higher level later on. Patience. Be amanah, have patience. Always, remember God to help you through. Everything will have to be guided. So if you look up there, inshallah, we will be okay. Okay? What else do you want me to talk about? He doesn't want to talk anymore. He said, just let her do it. I go straight to the rebranding strategies, okay? Because I've got quite a bit to talk about this. And I make sure that I stop. We're supposed to finish at 11. I can start even earlier if you don't ask questions. And we can go home. Okay, rebranding. He was asking me, what can be done? Okay, what can be done? So, whether you like it or not, this still holds true, publish or perish. We were listening to this before. But before it wasn't so bad. There was no ranking. We were not pressured. And yet I publish because I love to write. So find that in you. Do you like to write? What do you like to write? Okay? But in your case, you don't have a choice. You have to publish. Remember I told you as a reviewer in UITM Global, before that was INCA. I just used Department of Ranking. So sad again to say. We had a meeting from 2018, 2018 until just recently. We had a meeting, 2 meetings in fact, with the former VC, Dato' Hassan. And at that meeting, I was wondering why we were called, because we didn't do management and so on. All we did was review, comment, and give back. But we went. And I'm glad I went because that was a meeting of all ranking champions. Every faculty has a ranking champion. Appointed, you know who appoints them. Every faculty, remember, every faculty, and we are considered as a faculty, so we should have. So all of them were there. So I look around. Then I was like half APB, half, ranking. Then I look around. I said, so somebody said, the administrators were like counting, okay, faculty A, everybody is here, da, 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 da. APB is not here. APB rep is not here. 2018. In that meeting, and they had their own meetings, the ranking champions were told what to do, and this information has got to be sent down to whoever is in the faculty. So everybody knows. One of the things, when I heard, I said, wow, is when you publish in a index journal, especially Scopus, whatever payment, you will be reimbursed. I met some APB lecturers, nobody knew that. That's why you don't want to say, Prof, I don't want to publish in Scopus Journal because that way we have to pay. I said, pay, find some money, pay because you get reimbursed. The first 2 years of ranking department under INCA, people from every faculty, they came in, they published, to grab the money. Of course, after publication, not before that. So you have to find the money. And I understand that the young ones now, they are publishing, raring to publish. Good. So this kind of information, a lot more. I was just highlighting that one. There's a lot more that you can. But after 2020, I think, taken over by RMC, the money is there. But they still do, except that it takes a while. Whereas for us, I saw the EO doing, people got money back. I said, I should be publishing. But I was busy reviewing. That's why I also publish, but I don't publish in that. Okay, so I understand that. I think I got this one just yesterday from my boss. I asked him for the whole of UITM. He said, Latin, you just have this top 10. But don't forget, we are big. Okay, look at medical. Medical is small, and yet they are there already. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, you are doing it already. You are going to the right direction with the young ones. So the not so young ones, we do it too. Okay, do it too. I told Dr. Ismi, but since she is not going to be there, so Dr. Fazlin, that I can still work with you. That's what I've been doing. Okay, as a reviewer, we don't just review. We help. We go to the faculties, we go to the campuses, we help. How do we know that? Because we know the mistakes made by the manuscript submitted to us. Oh my God. Okay, none from APB. If APB, I'm sure no language mistakes. But we're not looking at language. We're looking at the whole manuscript, not so much content, but the structure, how to make sure that you get published. But now it's not a problem. You know, RMC is doing it. So many people are doing it. So go ahead. But this is what made me proud. I was so worried to ask him for this because I was so scared because all this time, APB is never there. You know, was never there. Whenever I saw his slides, where's APB? And I want to go back to APB, I said, but not there. So when he sent me this yesterday, he said, Prof, I just give you the top 10. I saw that, I said, yay! I said, how do I highlight So he did it for me. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to take. I mean, the fact that the slides that I prepared just now, I can I do highlight and copy and got into the slides. That's already very good for a 67-year-old woman. Okay, learning, still learning. All right. So you are on the right track. Okay. This I will talk more when I give the talk on writing later on. I just want to share with you how easy it is. I'm hoping that some senior, not so young ones will be here. How easy it is. These are my two papers. The top one is this one. I point there, point there. Point there. The top one is 2018. See, people said, you have retired. What on earth are you doing? Look at my topic. Look at the journal. How did I get there? I don't know, because my name must be out there. I got an invitation from the American Journal of Marketing Research, because remember the other paper, Rebranding, is on marketing. I guess that's why they invited me. I found out that it's quite expensive to publish here. But they say if you submit before at the end of April 2018, you get it free. Pooh, I goreng and goreng and goreng. And I managed to do it, submitted. I don't know if you can see. So receive April 1st, deadline April 31st, I sent in. Accepted May 14, hardly a month, and published in June. The thing is, it's so easy, but because I was invited, and maybe the level, I don't know. My interest, my area. So my point to you is find your niche, find your area. Okay. The next one, well, according to Dr. Aisha, I think corporate communication and international journal. This is Scopus. I don't bother because I'm not going to be promoted anywhere. But I just tried. The thing with me is I don't want to. You see, these are not really language journals anymore. I've already done with the language journal. I just want to say, the point is I want to know how they accept my area. Although I'm talking about communication strategies or corporate writing based on my area of genre. I never ran away from my area of genre. Inside the paper, that's where you find genre. Okay, so I want to bring up genre there. The paper that I did with Dr. Shamimi, also on genre. Yeah, no matter what. So I'm just telling you, find ways and means. Okay, first of all, you know that you will be reimbursed when you publish that up there. Not only, I mean, don't talk so much about the money, but for you, I can understand, right? You need the money, so find some money to fund yourself first, and to pay when it gets accepted. They will only charge you when you accept it. So after that, you get reimbursed. So even if you have to borrow from the bank, borrow from the bank, just to fund your publication. That's how serious. Okay. So once you know your area, then you know where to go to. Okay. I don't know. You all look. I mean, there's some. Mr. You want to ask? Hold that thought. Ask me question afterwards. So what's my point here? So you look at. Can you see or not? When it's received 15 March 2018 and only published 2019, almost a year. That's because it's Scopus. Okay? The paper I did with Dr. Shamimi, that's not Scopus. I just want to have fun. That's why I said just have a fun paper. That was about 3 months, yeah, Dr. Shamimi? 3 months. Because UTM, I think they know Haji Ba Osman. I've been invited as the external examiner. So they said, I mean, I'm sure her paper should be okay. I don't know. But of course, reviewed, evaluated, and so on. So 1 year for Scopus. So be prepared. So for you guys, when you want to publish, go up there first. Try a Scopus journal. Rejected, you can, because they will tell you what's wrong with the paper. So work on it and get it done. If you don't, I don't want to add anymore. I don't have time to do it. Go to the next level, and the next and the next until you get published. But of course, you will not get reimbursed. That's okay. The most important thing is find your area. I mean, you have done your masters, but if your masters are by coursework, you might not have yet. But find it. Okay. Go back to the first paper. You know what my data were? I use Reader's Digest. How they promote Reader's Digest. Everybody reads it. So I have a lot of data. I keep the data. Whenever I need to write, I have data. Similarly with the second one, I have data. But this one, I think I also publish it in a book. Okay? Get data. It's not difficult. When I was your age, I was young once, okay? When I started, my data were from the classroom. I got lots of action research, you call that, right? So now that you're teaching and all that, keep those. Students' results, students' strategies, so many things. Because most of you are involved in teaching. So your research could be more on the teaching. Later on, like me, I first started with linguistics and then I went into education, TESOL, and then I went back to linguistics. So all-rounder, you might say. Okay? So I don't have to worry about that. And what is the next one? Okay, so almost 1 year if it's Scopus or any index journal. Okay. Remember the branding paper that I mentioned earlier? I just got that yesterday, cited by 127. When you publish, the whole thing I'm talking about, Dr. Izmi said, please, Prof, get them to know about visibility. You want to be visible. Okay? That's why I go for publication. The easiest way for you to be visible is by publication. You can be very good. You got, is it a first class in a PhD? A first class in masters? I don't know. What class? Whatever class that you have. Nobody knows you because they're all in the university's archives. Okay? So from the thesis, you will publish. And when you publish, if it's good in your area, I was just, in a way, lucky because genre wasn't, a very popular subject then. So when I went into it, okay, I think the first of APB, from APB to be appointed as external examiner in FLLUM. They never look at us. Language, UM never looks at us. They think they're just language teachers because their level is language teachers, okay? Equivalent to our lecturers. They won't. So when I got it 2010, they asked me to be an external examiner, of course, in my area of genre. So the point here is find your niche. Don't write on so many different things. I do that, but I never run away from genre. It's always there. Yeah, I push my area of genre. So I found out 127 citations. This is what we want. How do they know me? They don't. Who wants to know the old lady, right? But they know. See, this paper was published in 2008. And I just checked yesterday. Yeah, I know how to highlight and copy and paste there. As recent as 2022. Meaning the area is relevant. So, how do you make sure that you are cited? Find an area of niche. Make sure that you write papers. Like I said, even though I am in genre, I do genre analysis. I can publish in American Journal of Marketing. For goodness sake, people say, marketing, Hajiba? But it's still there. I brought linguistics into marketing. I brought linguistics into corporate com. Some of the strategies that you can do. And it's not that difficult. Okay? So you need some, tips, not so much advice, some tips. Never fear, Hajiba is still here. Going to be a new tagline. New tagline. Yeah? Okay, are we all right here? Are you all worked up already? Say, okay, I am going to publish. Anybody saw this book before? See? Only two yeses. This book, I have to tell you, we were giving, because you, of course, you're too junior, so you haven't, right? I expect the not so junior ones that you should know about this book, because almost everybody in UiTM, not everybody in UiTM, people who are writing in or want to write, budding writers, they all have this book. I'm not promoting the book. I will tell you what it's all about. I'm saying that we've been giving these workshops, okay, on writing journal articles. The present VC, who was our boss then, Assistant Vice Chancellor of Inca, she was so happy. So she called Pravazni and me and said, come up with a manual. She forgot Hajiba, where she came from, right? So I went up, I said, Azni, no way, manual. People will copy our work. It's going to be a book. That was after I came back from Hajj in September. By December, already in the press. Okay, but it took a while because of COVID-19. Only June 2020, it came out. They only printed 500. I think they're all sold out. It's available on Shopee. That's the best part. People can get it, you know. So, of course, sometimes I would do the silly things, right? I went to Shopee and found out how many copies sold. That's only in Shopee. I didn't check with UiTM Press. Guys, I mean, it's not the book that I'm promoting. I'm saying that because I think ABB lecture said, who wants Hajiba's book? Of course, about language. No, it's not about language. That's why even people in accountancy, in business, they all have the book. And of course, when they first got it, they said, not that kind of thinking. But as we went through the workshop, they followed step by step how to write. They said, thank God, why didn't I have this book earlier? And I was also thinking, why didn't I write it earlier? And Alhamdulillah is there. Okay? So you don't have to buy. Ask Dr. J to get one copy or a few copies put somewhere. You just need to refer. But if you love me, then you buy it. I'm not the main writer, Pravazni. Another thing, when we go for workshops, you can rest. Take a nap. You know, when I speak, I cannot stop. When we go for workshops, there are 4 reviewers. So we have to take turns because there's so many, this faculty, that faculty. So we team up. One science, one social science. Okay. So sometimes if I go with Azni, okay, but sometimes I cannot. Azni will go with Prof. Arida, Prof. Azni with Prof. Arida. So Prof. Azni will do the language part. There's one part on language, one chapter on language. You know, it's mine, right? And she delivered just like I did. Because she's been with me for so long and we wrote the book. So the language part. So this book is not just language. When you see structure there, focus on structure, it's a structure of the article. A lot of people were thankful. And Alhamdulillah, I thank Allah that we was for only 3 months. We worked on it for 3 months. And the design is also my design. I got Azni's son, who's a photographer, to take. I told him what to do, and he got his girlfriend to have the hand there. I wanted my hand, but not very nice, very old fingers. So I said, get maybe your girlfriend. Yeah, a nice and lovely hands. That's what I even enjoyed doing that. Hi, are you okay? You're like looking at it's just a book. I get to know you. Okay, that's what I have been doing. Retired, rehired, and retired. New tires. Okay, earlier on I said publication and research. Okay, I'm bringing this in because when this is 2017, already retired, I was invited to be to evaluate some of the proposals. You see that Academy of Sciences, and you think they're all science, but I was invited because they also have for education. And that wasn't language education. Education is I can't remember. You see? Another one, then I will let you know why. That's another one. as a reviewer, we were also asked to help with RMC, asked us to help. But I said we're not going to help you. They not to review, but to edit, to become editors. Of course, I put my foot down. I told Datuk Bakar, no, we're not. Okay, please, Datin, just the ones for international grants. So we did it. And among them, this is the ATU Net Young. I won't ask the young ones, the older ones. Do you know? Have you heard about this? I'm sure you haven't, right? So sad. There's so many grants there. Huh, Dr. Fazlin? So get to know. Dah kena dah. Too bad lah. I'm sorry you invited me. Okay? So there are so many grants. I remember last time, even now, they always email the types of grants. Are we interested? Were we interested? I don't think we were. That's why I never saw any. I mean, if there were, I'm sorry. But I brought this up because these are international grants. Not APB Shah Alam, but APB Perlis. Daring. Why not? I mean, it will not cost anything. Just send your proposal. If you get the money, fine. If you don't get the money, try again. The point is, look out for these grants. But we're only happy with the grants from UITM. 10,000, I think. About 10,000, right? 1,000, just do anything like that. No. When you go for this, they will tell you what kind of research they want. So that will give you an idea. And you say, okay, I can do this. I've seen this. I've read about this. So you would want to put in your proposal. Okay? And of course, I shall stop because otherwise I will be shoot up from here. Those were rebranding strategies, yeah? Please do something.
Okay, thank you yang berbahagia Prof. Datin. Sedikit selingan lah, tapi untuk makluman, terutama pada pensyarah-pensyarah yang baru lah berkenaan dengan penerbitan dan juga penyelidikan lah. Salah satu daripada KPI yang perlu dicapai untuk tahun 2022. Sebab kita untuk tahun ni, untuk pengetahuan, I think Datin pun tahu insyaAllah, kita punya markah LNPT kita tu dah jadi 60-20-20. So used to be 80-20. So 80 is basically apa yang you buat, 20 is basically the marks given by the management lah to assess kita punya ni. Tapi this time around they have make it the ratio as in 60-20-20 because the first 20 tu is actually to assess the quality. Kita ada 60 yang kita buat the normal business tu, that 20% tu to assess the quality. Kalau you mengajar, macam mana quality mengajar you? Kalau you terbit atau you buat penyelidikan, you buat penerbitan, macam mana penerbitan you dan penyelidikan. Dan kita ada KPI lah. So yang kena terbitkan sekurang-kurangnya satu indeks dan dua bukan indeks. And then kita ada juga you have to be the corresponding author at least for one paper. So kena ambil cakna juga sebab ini berkait rapat dengan kita punya markah LNPT kita. Bermula daripada tahun 2022. InsyaAllah bolehlah rujuk kepada mereka yang pakar di APB ya.
I'll add a bit, yeah?
Boleh, Prof.
Okay, I am so sorry. I think there could be some people from the admin here, yeah? I focus on the academics because, yeah, a lot more to be done there. For the admin staff, even when I was here, I still love APB, okay? To me, the admin staff, they're very helpful in many ways. So when I hear people saying, they don't know what they're doing, they don't do the job well, as a dean, I would stand up to that. But when I was already out, I can only say, they know what they're doing. Yeah? In every department I am, even in Penerbit. When I was in UITM Press, this is very shocking, yeah? We had so many clerical staff. So I asked, the first thing you do is to ask what each person do. We have 5 people doing the same thing. I was the only, they call it boss in UITM, who gave away stuff, admin stuff. So now they are very specific in what they do. They know what they're doing and they do. When you have too many people, but in APB, everybody knows what they do. I know somebody in APB who still loves me, even though he doesn't see me. Right, Razif? Very helpful. So keep it up. I mean, it's quite difficult for you to bring up the name of APB, but you can. Yeah. So now that when we have students, okay, we have the different languages. I don't expect you to speak Arabic, but English. So when you deal at the counter, students of EPC, they speak in English. They say, "Wow, APB staff, they can speak in English. Cannot speak, learn to speak." We have courses. I think if we do in APB, we do it for free. You don't have to join the KKB. Do it. That's what your ITM Global is doing. They get Prof Bib, who is honorary, so she had to do it for free. I said, I won't do it for free. That's why I didn't want to do it there. They got this staff together, the clerical staff, and have English, and they deal with so many students. They cannot teach all the languages, but at least that will bring you up. So I still love ABB, and Dr. J is trying to bring me back. I will gladly come back. So for APB's sake, both admin staff, academic staff, work towards it. Bring us up there. We're not up there yet, People don't say APB, APB, APB. But people say, oh, something I remember. 2018, we had an office we were given a small room, 4 of us, 5 of us in the room. So there was an email, we have to catch up emails because the lecturers will submit via email, even though there is a system. And like I said, don't hear about APB, but one day suddenly there's one email. How to wear your scarf. That's the only thing from APB. And I was like, a few of us, really? Not how to speak well or, upgrade your Mandarin skills. How to wear your scarf. I said, I'm not from APB. Like that. But now it's different, okay? A lot of things. The only thing I'm thankful is this. I saw a poster. I don't know where that was posted. I'm glad it's not in the main email. That I will be embarrassed if you put me in the email. But now I see a lot of things about your APB 50 in the email. That's branding. Yeah. And when it's APB, it's not just academic, it's everybody. So keep on blasting emails, let people know. Do other things. I don't really know what's happening. I hope to know more. I still read emails. So at least I know from there. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know where to get my source of. I don't have a Facebook. I don't have I don't have my sockmat. No. I'd rather keep to myself. What people know about me is what people put up there. And I'm hoping that don't put so much up there. They don't want to know about old people. They know about the young ones, the pretty young ones, and the handsome young ones. So many ones here. All right? I think that's my final words.
Okay. Alright. Sebenarnya itulah soalan saya nak tanya Prof tadi tu. Mungkin harapan Prof. Would you like to add in more ke? That's it lah. Alright. Okay. Takut ada lagi. Itulah. Belum tanya lagi. Prof dah jawab sebab tu lah Jadi mantan ni memang hebat sebenarnya Soalan belum tanya lagi Prof dah boleh jawab. Okay. Jadi kalau saya boleh buat sedikit kesimpulan di sini, I think the first thing that we need to do when it comes to how to actually nak menjenamakanlah APB ni mungkin kita boleh menjenamakan semula, to rebrand APB. Maybe we can start from us lah, being the orang kata kita semua adalah ahli fakulti, warga fakulti, maka kita lah jadi ejen tersebut untuk menjenamakan semula Akademi Pengajian Bahasa lah. And then also to talk on what are the channels sebenarnya for us to rebrand APB, like mentioned by Prof just now. We can actually do publications. So that is actually untuk sebenarnya meletakkan APB tu bukan saja di UiTM tapi juga di luar So macam Prof cakap tadi lah bagaimana UM, tapi insyaAllah saya pun harap persepsi itu pun dah berubah over the years. But see how the research universities, RE universities like UM, the way they see us saya pun pernah juga dengan seorang sahabat daripada tapi di UIA, tapi dia cakap, dia tanya saya, you semua guru bahasa ke? Sabar sabar. Nak marah tapi sabar macam tu lah Budak-budak TikTok kat belakang ni ramai Okey. Jadi saya rasa itu yang boleh. Tak boleh. Okey. Jadi yang boleh kita lakukan lah those are the things the platforms that we can actually employ, we can actually utilize in order for us to actually rebrand Akademi Pengajian Bahasa through publication, research grants mentioned by Prof. Saya pun sebenarnya inspired with what mentioned by Prof just now. And that is sebenarnya kadang-kadang kita janganlah jadi jago kampung keluar je gerak, bukan tak boleh marah sekali nanti dia kata dia keluar GIE dia tu kan. Lepas tu dia kata tak ada siapa nak apply sebab Prof kata go and apply for international grant. Boleh. Kalau nak cuba dulu, kita cuba dulu grant yang kecil dahulu just to gain the experience. Lepas tu once kita, sebab sebenarnya bila kita jumpa grant, kita akan berjumpa dengan orang, timba pengalaman, timba ilmu. Lepas tu kita go beyond than that pula. Cuba pula peringkat UITM ataupun lebih daripada tu, kita daripada grant dalaman pergi pula grant luar, contohnya FRGS. And then international grants for example Saya sendiri cakap pesan untuk diri sendiri, bukan untuk semua bukan untuk semua dan diri sendiri. Silap. Semua dan diri sendiri. Takut kawan kata Cik Ilyas ni cakap je dia tu tak ada grant ke tidak. Ada grant kereta ada, grant rumah belum lagi. Okey. Right, itu sahaja saya rasa untuk sesi kita pada hari ini. Sekali lagi bagi pihak urusan majlis, yes, do you have any questions tak? Ada apa-apa soalan nak tanya ke? Okay, please.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Dengar?
Dengar. Tak dengar.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Saya Fitri. Saya daripada bahasa Arab lah. Nak kata lama tak lama, saya baru juga 2018. Tapi sebelum datang UiTM, saya bekerja di banyak institusi lah, termasuk industri terjemahan dan sebagainya. Saya melihat ni first time saya jadi penjawat awam lah, kiranya dalam 3 tahun setengah. Okey, dan saya baru berumur 37 tahun, Datin 67 tahun. So apa yang saya nak tanya adalah, poin saya dekat situ, betapa Datin boleh mengekalkan momentum untuk bekerja dan berjasa kepada UiTM. Sedangkan saya bangun pagi, saya akan kira 20 tahun lagi saya kena bekerja. Dalam keadaan saya hadir setahun sebelum pandemik, kemudian 2 tahun saya pandemik bekerja di rumah dan saya pegang jawatan baru, KPP, dengan family. Saya masih ada anak-anak kecil. Setiap pagi saya akan bangun, saya kata, 20 tahun lagi aku kena bekerja. So dia kadang-kadang sedih, kadang motivasi dia antara macam tu kan. Dan kita tengok hari ini berapa ramai yang senior bersama kita. Jadi macam mana nak mengekalkan momentum tu, Datin? Kita bersemangat. Kita nak kekal di UiTM, nak rebrand APB. Kongsikan aura semangat tu bersama kami, Datin. Itu yang saya nak sampaikan. Kami yang baru-barulah pandemik ni belum merasai lagi roh perjuangan untuk memartabatkan APB tu. Mungkinlah. Okey. Itu sahaja daripada saya.
Dapur dah beli belum? Kuali semua dah beli dah? Lepas tu beli minyak olive oil. Untuk apa-apa. Okay, I didn't expect that. Momentum. I don't know. Like I said, I've been here before I retired, 30 over years. And then went on and on. I was embarrassed. Are you're still here? People were asking me those questions. I said, yeah, why not? Okay. There was one slide I mentioned there, but no, it's not on the slide, but I mentioned when you accept a job, that's what you want. Okay? You've been everywhere and then now in UiTM. Perhaps it's different from what you were doing outside, what you're doing here. I know there are a lot of people who have been out there in the industry and so on. When they come here, there'll definitely be difference. Okay? One of them is to slow down. Because when you are in the industry, you're always, on your toes, working and so on. But, okay, so that's one. To be able to, you're 33 and I'm 67. I feel, grandma. That's I told you just now, right? Grandmother. You accept the job. That's what you want. You have done your istikharah and so on. So now you ask, okay, what shall I do? Yeah. So you got all that plan, what to do and so on. So in the morning, I mean, we can blame it on the pandemic, yeah. Otherwise, I don't think you will go through that. If this is a job that you want, I don't think you will feel like that. But if you still feel like that now, or you wake up in the morning, the baby is crying, there's so many things to do, been there, done that. Okay? When I was doing my PhD, my husband had a stroke and I had to take care of him. That's as bad. And a little boy as well. A lot of things. So I've been there. The only thing is, like I said, be positive. Okay? Because you know that's what you want. You know in 20 years' time, you're still going to be here, inshallah. Otherwise, you wouldn't, change job. You want to be here. So you ask, our niat, do I want to do it the way I want to do it? Or do I want to make it better for myself and for ABB, for UITM? Okay, that's for a bit of motivation. The other part about, why do you ask me, where do I get the energy from? Because I told him to take a nap while I speak. When I speak, I cannot stop. You have to stop me because it's going to be 11 o'clock. And we have to stop at 11. Otherwise, the tea will be cold. It is already cold. Yeah? The energy, in my case, the energy is because, like I said, I love what I'm doing. You know, going to different faculties, jumping into your car. You will do that next semester onwards. Jump to your car, go to this faculty, go to that faculty. You are, the later part, you're all luckier because you don't have to go to so many. We work on it already, so you can stay here in one faculty, do as many here. But I have been to all, like I said, from young until I retired, I've been to all. Be positive about it. Make sure if you have a baby, you cannot prepare your breakfast in the morning. I did have my picnic basket there in the car. In the morning, I leave at 6:30 to go to Puncak Alam. So I said, I haven't had breakfast. I'm going to be hungry. I'm going to faint. Not here at all. Alhamdulillah. Where I got that from, I don't know. But I think it's all my love for teaching. You say I don't have problems? Oh, my God. We don't want to mention. Everybody has. From colleagues, from friends, from everywhere. And not to mention the VC then. What do you want scholarship for? Change the faculty from academy. What do you want? Oof. That's why I was only the dean for 3 years. I fought too much. They put her down there, asked her to make money, and she will not be fighting for so many other things. The next thing, I'm sure which I actually had in mind already, I wanted to fight for a building for APB. I didn't come to that because I was already ousted. That's okay. APB is okay. We got Nara, we got Kenanga, dilapidated, but yeah, all here. Yeah. Do a lot of istikharah. Am I doing right? And my advice is, you're not happy, leave. Don't torture yourself. Yeah? Leave. I mean, your ITM may lose you, or you may lose. Because when you leave your ITM, where can you go? But I know of one of our lecturers. Before she did her PhD, she went to UM. Then it was easy. Now, do you think you can do it? Maybe with a PhD, you may be able to go to other universities. But why think of that? Why think of leaving when you want to be here, do your best? That's where the moment comes. Okay, in the morning, niat, my niat is this. Inshallah, I'm around still. Pray for my long life. So, Prof, there are a few people who would just come to me, call me or text me to ask. And inshallah, yeah, if Professor kehormat, Doc, even easier. Because I have to answer. Okay.
Okay, thank you Prof. Saya pun sama juga Dr. Fitri. Ada soalan yang sama. Pagi kalau bangun tu motivasi tak ada lah. Fikir je. Kadang-kadang saya suka tanya kawan-kawan saya ada tak orang kaya. Sebab saya belum kahwin lagi boleh lah. Apa kaya saya kata kan. All right. Any question? Yes, please, Maisara. Yes, Maisara. Salam warahmatullah. Yeah, I think it's on. Okay.
Thank you, Prof, for your sharing. I nak tanya I think your comment, your viewpoint, your opinion, because I feel like all this while APB is in a position that it's not always the most strategic for us. Dulu kita dipanggil pusat bahasa, and now nak tukar ke Akademi Pengajaran Bahasa pun orang susah nak terima. And now with UITM focus on QS by subject, APB is very hard to rank itself in any subject sebab kita publish in multiple fields. We publish in linguistics, we publish in language, we publish in communication, teaching language pun sama. So nak dapat a subject that is associated with APB for us to be ranked and therefore recognized is very difficult juga for us. So I was wondering if you have any comments on that, because this is also related to our brand as a faculty.
It's not difficult. I don't know why I didn't have a slide on this one. It's not difficult, but it is in here, right? Yes, I was going to say part of rebranding. It's Maisara is in UITM Global now. Of course, she knows ranking. We cannot get anywhere else here, but at least we can go by subject. Yeah, our APC, Arabic for APC, and the other one is BM. Okay, we have our subjects, right? And the top one again, work on it. Hotel can get it. Why can't we? So one of it will be publication. So don't be like me. Publish in so many anything else but linguistics. Focus on linguistics. Get you people professional communication, English, Arabic. Get it. Publish in English. Then we are seen. Because I don't know if publish in Arabic, what's the readership, as I said earlier. Do it. So it is not impossible. We can do it. So I said, pray for so I come back, and because I have those visions, how we can go, we can be ranked by subject, because we cannot be ranked by APB because we're still servicing. We cannot be. We're not a faculty. We cannot be. So go for by subject. Yeah. So we work on it, inshallah. So it's not impossible. See? I have the answer. But whether it can be achieved or not, it's all up to APB. Okay, I think most of us here are hungry, sleepy, and everything. I can always come back if you want me to. And I think, Ilyas, it's only fair. Dr. J also has quite a lot to do. It's only fair that we finish it here. Yeah, and I enjoy being with you.
Likewise, Prof. Okay. Majlis bagi pihak jawatankuasa lah, kami mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada yang berbahagia, Profesor Datin Dr. Haji Osman, kerana sudilah hadir untuk berkongsi sedikitlah pengalaman beliau selaku mantan dekan dan juga jawatan-jawatan yang beliau pegang sebelum ini lah. Ribuan terima kasih diucap kepada Prof dan juga kepada semua hadirin hadirat yang hadir pada hari ini, juga saya mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih. Saya serahkan semula kepada saudara pengerusi kita.
Yes, cuma suara. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada moderator program Tuan Ilyas atas kelancaran forum yang dibincangkan sebentar tadi. Majlis juga merakamkan jutaan terima kasih kepada tetamu jemputan yang berbahagia Profesor Datin Dr. Hajah Hajibah Haji Osman di atas perkongsian berkenaan penjenamaan dan penjenamaan semula APB, seterusnya membawa APB ke arah lebih cemerlang dari semasa ke semasa. Oleh itu, Majlis seterusnya menjemput Yang Berusaha Profesor Madya Teknologis Dr. Jadudin Sardi, Dekan Akademi Pengajian Bahasa, untuk menyampaikan sedikit cenderamata sebagai tanda kenang-kenangan. Dipersilakan.
More flowers. Oh, sama yang muka.